Gatekeeper came from where I live, actually. We have a front kind of security door guy, and I realized he's got cameras on everything. And like one day I went up to him, I'm like, you know everything that's going on in this building, don't you? He's like, he just smiled. And naturally, of course, because I have a sick mind, I went to, what if a serial killer had that and had the ability to actually see what everyone in his building was doing at all times? Like, they truly know the truth of what's going on. And it developed into this big story of like what kind of mind would then turn over and start killing people because of it. And that's where we got into how he'd lost his family, and the people under his own roof became his family. And better not act out. Matthew and I had wanted to work together for a while, so it was very exciting when we finally got paired up. We made the choice on this one not to write directly kind of to the quirky, because the quirky would come, because Matthew brings his very thought out, meticulous perspective to everything. It was so amazing to watch.
Found this guy, Jack Plotnick, who I had acted with in a movie over the hiatus, and he brought a really nice sort of against type strangeness to it, an eeriness that I thought was wonderful. And then I tried to make the building this sort of monster and sort of try to make it more of a spatially frightening episode than a viscerally frightening episode, if any of that makes sense. The other challenge or fun thing about that episode was sort of like the lack of coverage and shooting a lot of the scenes where you couldn't see the actors' faces, which is sort of unconventional and you can kind of get in trouble for sometimes if it doesn't service the story. I wanted to shoot them all on this like techno crane shot outside, going from window to window. There was a scene with these two boys talking that we just covered it from 300 yards away on a telephoto lens, and you couldn't quite see their faces, and it ended up being really good. I think anytime you can put the viewer in the subjective perspective of either the killer or the victim, it makes for a really evocative episode.
What are you? And I need you to breathe deeply, okay? Breathe deeply.
Oh my God.
Before starting directing on this show, I never in a million years would have put myself in something I directed. I was like, oh, I'm too much of a control freak to, I don't want to watch the monitor, and I'll do it here because it's part of the job and it's part of the reason I get to direct is because I'm on this show, et cetera, et cetera. But this one, I really thank Dunkel for writing, because it was almost so preposterous that I would not only be in it, but delivering a baby and doing intense things that I just sort of, again, it felt like a good moment where things could either fail immensely or work wonderfully, and I like that a lot. It was fun delivering a baby. I had to hold a real baby, and there was a lot of babies. Both of my episodes this year have had babies in them. Babies and makeout scenes.
And if you think I'm doing this without backup, you're nuts. Come on, JJ, Reed, go!
A lot of my episodes haven't had super fun endings, and there was something kind of charming about that, and getting to see the whole team excited and acting silly.
Just the final moment of, Rossi, JJ, Reed, and Garcia up there, just singing along, Piano Man. I mean, that was the perfect song to have there. And then you've got Hotch and Blake doing their thing on the side, because they're the kind of characters that, yeah, you're right, they're not gonna go out there and sing karaoke. We all have those coworkers, but they're gonna hang out and they're gonna have that fun. And when Thomas, totally unscripted, pulled out his iPhone and started shooting that, it's like, yes, because that's real, that's what people do. And it was just such a fun scene to shoot, and fun for the cast to do too.
Yeah, we absolutely love those ending scenes, whether we're eating spaghetti at Joe's house or toasting and dancing in weddings and etc. There was so much fun. It's good. I think the crew gets slightly miffed with us because we have so much fun filming those scenes that we're talking and enjoying each other's company between the scenes, and they have to like stop us and get us to calm down so that we can pretend to have fun filming those scenes.